Hey guys, I'm Bridget from Lite. I'm the marketing director, and I'm going to be showing you how to do the world's easiest stew. And I'm using moose meat from a bull that I shot this past fall, which is venison, and you can use deer, you could use whatever wild game you've got pretty interchangeably because we're going to be cooking it low and slow all day. What I pulled out of the freezer last night was what I had labeled stew meat, which is really just kind of like all the extras. I wouldn't use tenderloin or backstrap or any of your prime cuts for this. And all I'm doing right now is just cutting them into a little bit more bite-sized pieces. The thing I really like about this is something that takes about 10 minutes in the morning, and you can throw it in and have dinner ready by the time you get home from work. I'm just using really light seasoning on the meat. I liked using a smoked sea salt and pepper, but there's gonna be so much flavor in the broth that goes into the crock pot, you don't have to really worry about overdoing this. So I'm just gonna heat up a little bit of oil and then drop these in and brown them on each side. You really can't mess this up. I would just say don't overcook it. A couple minutes should do it. You can already see some browning there. As I get pieces that are done, I'm just gonna throw them straight in the crock pot. Still juicy and obviously still not cooked. So we're gonna let these cool off in the crock pot. It's not on or anything like that yet. I'm gonna use some of this broth to deglaze the pan. And really it's just like all that good meaty, those brown bits are gonna come off the bottom of the pan now. And then I'm just gonna pour it straight into the crock pot. So this is the first liquid I'll throw in there. So now I'm just gonna cut up the veggies and add an onion, a few carrots, probably do a few potatoes, and then some mushrooms. The last two steps are liquid and spices. For liquid, I'm gonna use the rest of this stock that I defrosted. And then I picked up just some Belgian stout. Make sure all the meat is covered with liquid. And then as far as spices, I just grabbed out a bunch of things. I'm gonna use thyme. I usually throw a couple bay leaves anytime I'm doing a soup or stew. Oregano, got some garlic powder and onion powder, salt and pepper. Again, it's literally whatever you have. You can't do this part wrong. And that's it. So I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit, get all those spices into the broth, and then I'll cover it, and I'm gonna throw it on low and let it cook for about 8 hours. If you've got something, maybe a slightly tender cut of meat than what I'm using with the moose, maybe 5 or 6 hours would do it. So 8 hours has passed and the house is smelling good. Everything is cooked down and the meat's definitely cooked through. I'm gonna plate this up on a little bit of rice. And you are pretty much set. There's your moose stew.